Hi guys, Solana gaming update. So what have we done this week? I did have an AMA with the Catalina Whale Mixer. Some fucking awesome crowd, awesome guys. And they sold out. I think sold out in 4 minutes today. Now, not a game per se. What are they? They're going to be like a live mixer, festivals, events. They've got huge backing in music, in the music background. So I actually went and bought one off secondary this morning. I was up for the mint, but the Soulflare wallet wasn't working, so I had to swap money over to my Phantom, and by the time that happened, it also went down for just through sheer volume, and I've just bought one off Auction House. So I bought one secondhand, I think, for around 2.8. They've been going up and down, but you can see 4,600 minted today. Another super worth notable mint is Chainmeth. I've had Zoe on stage several times, very bullish for the game. 1.2 Solana mint, like just a micro mint, really, when you think about some of these games' costings, but not micro, of course, 1.2 Solana. But when they first set out, it was $180 was what they wanted to price out these. But the utility of these NFTs, what they're going to get you, you're going to get IDO allocations, all kinds of things. That is definitely a one to keep an eye on. You know, so people have doubled their money on that. And this one came out at 1 Solana, you know, so people are tripling their money on that now, plus obviously rarities. The rarities for Chainmeth work a little bit different. So if you're looking at buying it to flip, then it's not going to be that way. But also keep in mind, they're not going to be exactly the same as when you purchase them. When you bought them on the mint, you get all of the effects of the NFT, but you do need to double check what you're actually going to get from that. But holding an NFT, you're getting something like 14 characters. But lots of stuff happening this week where we had a lot of successful mints. I know Bit Brawlers, they minted 10,000 within 10 minutes. I don't know the price. I didn't get a chance to really deep dive and look at the project and research it. It was very hard for me. I've been very snowed under with work and stuff like that. But it seems to be a successful mint. The gameplay looked a bit average to me, so I didn't bother going deeper. But people seem to be happy so far. A lot of big wigs supporting that one as well. Let's have a bit of a look at the floor of a couple of these. Aurora's low. In comparison, 18 Sol is still high, isn't it? You know, like, that's a lot of money to enter into a game. Plus, keep in mind they've had drops that you wouldn't be getting if you bought one now, but that will give you a small portion of Ori tokens to come in as well. You might not need to buy Ori if you got yourself one of those. Soul Chick's coming down, good. 9 heroes below mint. I still think they minted too high, much too high. 6 Solana for the state of the market was a terrible. Yeah, I don't agree with it. But Portal's still sitting in the mid 10s there. What else have we got? Fract is dumping, good. Stylish studs. Now we saw a lot of people buying up the floor of some of these. And now I'm very bullish on Photo Finish 2. I think the utility that these floor studs are going to get. I bought one more floor stud this week. I think the utility they're going to offer you, because obviously you're going to be getting Crown, which is the governance coin. I'm pretty sure it's Crown. The other one is Derby. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on. Obviously, Chainmeth I've talked about. Genopets, they had their egg cracks this week. I think 120-ish got cracked, and the rest have minted successfully, turned into some kind of Genopet. Project Eluune, that's dumped down as well. Okay. We will talk a little bit about that, but I did talk about Magic Eden. I did look at the Magic Eden on that one. Let's have a look at some of the coin prices. Now, I'm still not finding a lot of the coins on this list, and I need to find a better system of doing it. Sol had a bit of a rough week, up and down, up and down. Atlas is going to be a funny one. You're going to have to keep your eyes on Atlas, because now Star Atlas has started their score 0, so you can stake, you can earn. I think the price is probably going to sideline this week, but it's just so hard to know, because people are going to be earning Atlas finally from staking. You know, they might have tens of thousands of dollars of ships. I'll go through mine and show you guys quickly on this, but I think people are going to now be a little bit feel that they're safer and that they're earning, and they're thinking, oh shit, I might use my Atlas and buy another ship. You're meant to be able to earn something like 8% and buy a ship within 12 months of owning that ship. So I don't know how that's going to, you know, it's 1 day in. Polus has gone pretty low. So for me personally, I think what I might be doing is swapping a little bit of my Atlas into Polus, get ready for that February staking. So you can always stake on Francium as well. So it's worth looking at Francium. You're getting good return rates for Atlas. So people are maybe borrowing, leveraging that. These are 3 of my coins. I've got a little bit of Gene in my Phantom. But, I don't have a whole lot. The price is pretty low. So when it was higher, obviously it was worth more. But I don't always sell and buy. What other coins do we want to look at? Cryowar came down this week. That was up around $3 for a bit, and then it's came back down. Everything's kind of dropped in all of the game coins over the last week and a half, 2 weeks. They've come down significantly. So be careful if you are buying some. Who knows what Bitcoin is doing at the moment? Be prepared to buy. I don't want to go down the track of talking about Bitcoin. I'd like to buy some. I'd like to expose myself to it at some stage. Now, I did have a look at that, DeFi Land have had a lot of mentions this week, of course. They're going to have their Christmas special, and I am looking forward to the Christmas event. They did well with their Halloween. I think that they're going to do well with this. Probably they're going to shit on their Halloween, I think. Like, they'll make this look cool. And there potentially is going to be NFT prizes. Now, they did just have an Audius link up. Two big things for them for the week. What's really funny is seeing the fishing. I actually logged in the game and saw the fishing achievements. And then I thought, oh, shit, they'll have the fishing soon. Because they were talking about it before. But they had a big Audius link up. And we will look at that now while we're in there. Let's actually have me going and fishing. And I'll put on some music. This is Audius. So, you need to do this. Need to get it all in. I don't know what the blue, getting it in the blue does. But you want to get your fish over 2 kilos. So, very basic. But for someone that spent many hours fishing in World of Warcraft, I can see why they've done it. It's just another little skill tester. It's a very minor mini game, but you see it goes towards quests and achievements. Some of the next utility is going to come out of this game once they start getting, the next version, and the coin utility is going to be used a lot more because you're going to need the coin to be able to mint NFTs. That's where, you see the coin pumped over 40 cents. And now it's at 13 cents. Now, of course, it's low because there's no utility for it at the moment. But you can lend it on Francium. Again, that's where the Francium is. I got a ticket at Selenium, and then I went and bought another $100 worth this week, and I put another $100 of Atlas as well. I didn't want a whole lot of Atlas because I knew I would be able to earn some in the game from the ships I have. But I just wanted to have a little bit in case maybe I didn't get drops of fuel, food at the start. So I just wanted to have a little bit of exposure to that. So the Audius building is pretty cool. You click into your radio tower, you go in there, you can choose a different genre, you put it in the background. I've been listening to this tonight. Like I'm kind of impressed with the popular list. It's better than listening to YouTube music. So I'm happy with that. Stylish studs. Definitely worthwhile keeping an eye on this particular one if you're following the game. So Stylish Studs and Fine Philly Sales Bot tells you anything over 10 sol. So they've had, big buys. That was at the start of December. Fine Philly sold for 300 Solana. And they do talk about it a fair bit. There was a number 10 stud for 150 Solana, I think, this week. We did an AMA with Ian from Photo Finish, and I'm superbly bullish on this game. We're going to talk about it a bit at our Solana Gaming Saturdays, and talk about what we're going to do as a Grape DAO. If you want to have a listen, come on, live. We want to do this live. We want to play games together, have teams together, and definitely Photo Finish is something that I think, January, February, maybe. It's going to be Q1. We're going to be able to get into this game, and these PFPs, the Stylish Studs and the Fine Fillies, they actually breed together to make your Gen 0 horse that you can play in the game. There's going to be gambling. There's going to be owning tracks, renting tracks. It's huge. So that's the breeding tool. I haven't got that loaded up. Now, let's have a quick look at Star Atlas. Obviously, this is the big one for the week, and you can stake your ships. You can see I've got 6 of the Opal Jets. They came from the Armstrong posters. Now, I had a few rums last night and didn't get to do a video properly because it was a little bit confusing for me. So what you have to do, if you had ships before the drop through the week, they did the 3 R's, fuel, the refuel, the refood, the repair, the rearm. So they gave you ammunition, food, and fuel. And you needed to go to your inventory. You need to claim that, and it gives it to you for all of the ships that you had. But If you go and buy a ship now, you don't get any of that. You need to buy those resources. They're available on the marketplace. It's quite cheap. But this is their Gen 0, and it's super awesome for what they've done, because we needed this in the game when you've got other ones starting and putting it out. But they've put across a good platform for a first generation, and you can see the earnings here at the moment. So the Pierce X4, that's the basic bike. I think you buy them for $20 or $30. I've got these spread across different accounts, but it's going to question me because, every day you're going to have to be doing this. And if you don't have time, or you don't want to fuck around linking on 3-4 different accounts, you're probably going to want to do it. Now, I spread my ships out because come game time, there's going to be, I'm thinking pilots and captains, soulbound, so account bound. They're going to be the way they give you your flying papers. I can't think of it at the moment. But if you've got a bigger than a 2-man ship, so i.e. the hero, then you'll get a captain's, and that's going to be account locked. And then you're going to need to train up the other accounts. So I'm thinking of just dumping all of my shit into one, so I can just do that. But you can see here, the X4s are going to need to be managed daily. The jets are probably going to need to be managed daily. You can click into the managed fleet, and it's going to tell you how many hours until they run out. So I've got 10 hours, 9 hours here before my jets are out of that. And if you run out of resources of a particular type, that'll stop making you money. So this is a very interesting thing, because this is going to bring in, do you have time to manage your fleet of ships? If you don't, then you're going to see sponsorship absolutely available now. You're going to have teams that just don't have the time, and they aren't maximizing that. So some of your bigger ships, your Opal Jet, your Calicos, but once, other big, medium, big ships, large ships, the commanders, all of that, they're going to go for days and days and days. So people may go, all right, stuff it. I don't want to do it. I'm just going to sell it. But, 87 Atlas I've earned today. So you can do the math on that, but it's meant to be 100% return within 12 months. So what's that going to do to the price? It's very hard to know, because people are feeling a little bit more confident now they've got this game out. So does that mean that they're going to be putting that Atlas back into other ships? I think yes. Who knows? But it's one of those things. Now, I have Alaria. Now, this was the airdrop from Project Eluune for having a founding star garden. It was a really interesting eyedrop. I don't know if I completely covered it last week, but their last town hall, second last town hall, was about the eye, and it's the first of its type of an NFT. There's 4 cycles of it, and it goes through like a communication portal from this outer world information. It brings this to you, and it actually changes in cycles. And when it hits that 4th phase, it shows a piece of artwork, and you can choose to mint effectively to crush it there, and then that's going to be locked into that particular phase of the NFT. And then if you don't actually stop the cycle there, then what will happen is you'll go into the next edition. So it's super interesting, and I do a bad job of explaining that. I've got links at Grape for that, but it's all these NFT utilities are going to come out in games that are completely different. So you can choose to get the stop on a particular artwork that you really like. The first one, maybe you might want the second one. That's going to make those NFTs saleable at a completely different experience. Like some people might want the first one because it's the first ever time it's happened. Some people might go, oh, there's going to be too many of those, so I might wait until the second or third. But I'm really excited to see it. I did have it loaded up. Sorry, I don't have it loaded up now. Let's see if I can find it. Here, account A8. So this is my Eluune Star Garden 2439, and this is the Eye of Alaria. The old Barndog slow internet. 6:13 in the morning. So I don't know whether you're going to see the changes within like your NFT eyes. It'll be interesting to see if you can, but it's a transponder NFT. It talks about radio waves and receiving these things. I love it, what they've done, and I've been bullish on the game for a long time. I think the team is amazing. We've had Sasarok on Grape 1 week. I listened to their AMAs as I get time. I'm trying to link them in Grape, so we've got, you know, that chance to be able to do it. And I really do think that game will do well. Let's have a look at my Phantom. Now, talking about these guys, they've actually got a new white paper out, version 2. Zoolana, I've got them coming into stage next week, again for a catch-up AMA, see where they've been. They haven't minted out. They're burning 360 a day. Now, there's going to be lots of information to find out. Check their white papers. I haven't had a full read of it yet, but obviously I've got them coming to stage, so I need to make sure I'm up on my research for them. But they've done a comic drop as well. And where was my comic drop? You can check it out. Where are we? I've got a bag of these because their tokenomics released. Buying one red gets you $350 of their game token. They haven't fully locked in the name, the ticker for that, but will get you $350 at half a cent per coin. Watching any of the cryptocurrency coins for gaming projects, they all did massive returns. So for me, I'm taking a risk. I bought a bag and I thought, fuck it, I'll do a whole full set. And I'm trying to do a video on that and highlight it. But they did a big comic release, and it was cool. I liked it. It's not all of this stuff is going to be about making money and selling these products and trying to, enrich, the games. These guys are building a game that they want to be a great not MMORPG, but it's a strategy mobile game similar to Clash of Clans. So, they want to build a game that's immersive, that you want to play, that you want to be with a team and all of those kinds of things. I played Clash for 4 years. I had great friends. I still catch up with people from Clash of Clan days. So, that's about lore, building out the world, giving you these things. And I loved it. It was great. Soul3, I've got these guys linked out. They've got heaps and heaps coming apart. But, he's been in the crowd a fair bit, Jama, and they are building up. It was interesting hearing, speaking with Chainmeth on the weekend about the link up with Parsec. I think it is Parsec. You'll see that in my last video. That's going to be huge for sharing NFTs and making your NFTs usable by other people renting them out. And this is where I first learned about it, was through Soul3. But that's something that Chainmeth will be using as well. So this is our Google Doc sheets being updated. This will be available at Grape if you guys want to come in and have a look. It's in the Discord. It's one of the threads. Come in and have a look. Sergeant Savage is working hard on that. The suites. This was a bit of alpha from an AMA on the weekend about a metaverse that's building out for stylish studs and fine fillies. So for Photo Finish 2, they're going to be building that, and it's going to be, like race courses with rooms and things like that, much similar to Portals. So 1,500 followers. These are the kinds of alpha that we get at Grape. We got this live. This is early. Those guys are building. Big one for Aurora, but it wasn't just for Aurora. It's for Solana Gaming. Justin Can debuts Fractal. They are kicking up a storm. It's going to be another marketplace for games. Specifically games, I think they aim at being cross-chain. That's where the big news is, because how's it any different than Magic Eden? How's it any different than Solana? For starters, those marketplaces are good, but they're very fucking disorganized. They don't have it organized well. You can't select specific ones. I'd love to have certain specific games all linked up. A lot of these games are going to have extra items. So Aurora's done a drop. There's so many different drops for games because a lot of these games planned. I just talked about a couple there that, a lot of these games are going to have additional things. So we need the marketplaces a lot cleaner. Solana Ventures, Web3 Gaming with another $150 million fund. It is huge. We are early in gaming. That is a good article to have a read. But where are we? Oh, this was a good one today. So this is something that's near and dear to me. Is at Grape, we finally have action with coming for DFA. We've actually donated funds for DFA Academy to get their first mobile phone, and their video, I'll put the link down below. But where are we? They are a soccer team in Nigeria, and they are on Crypto Web 3.0. They've been going for 2 or 3 years now. And we've got them the money for their first phone, charger, and actually an armband. So you can put your phone on your arm, and the first game they're going to be playing will be StepIn. But these kids are going to be able to play this game, and I'm very proud at Grape to have been able to help with this. You know, like Grape Protocol didn't have to donate the money. What does it do for them? It's a donation, but now these kids can run and train and play StepIn whilst they're out training and earn cryptocurrency as of Monday. So it's very big. I've got an AMA with StepIn. I do their weekly ones Saturday night this week in their Discord, but Sunday they're coming to Grape, and we do have prizes. So they actually go live beta this week, and you can earn money by running. Genopets, another play-to-earn game. They had their egg hatches this week. I think there was a number there that 115 eggs cracked, 321.8, 3,218 Genopets were hatched. The big news here was they'll go for their closed beta in the end of January, I think it was. So they did have they had a AMA this morning, but unfortunately I missed that. But I believe it was in 20th of January 2022. So that's going to tell you a little bit about the coin. What's Gene going to do? I think you'll find in January the coin will likely start to go up. That's my guess. Obviously, please not financial advice. But I've got some Gene locked away. I got some from a friend to buy an egg. Unfortunately, I didn't get one. But I did get that second part of the NFT, which they gave you towards making one of the habitats. So that was pretty cool. That was a good event. Doll Society released a video today, which was pretty cool. Regarding their, what did they call them? It was a funny name. So babushkas were the female dolls, and the dadushkas. I actually don't know if that is the Russian term, but it's going to be a game that's more of a casino-style game. Their first one is actually a 1v1 player called Clash of Dolls, and I did have them on stage at Grape months ago now, and they've been building. They're one of these platforms that stuck their head down. They didn't mint out straight away. They burnt some. It was funny because it was one of these projects that's building utility into that NFT, and people wanted to buy and flip. And that's not what this is. It's not what a lot of the games I cover is. But they are doing that, and you're going to be able to breed. So I'll definitely be looking at that further. And you can see here on Magic Eden, the floor. These minted at 1 Solana in the end. The floor is very low on those. Last but not least, this week, Kaiju Cards. We'll have a little bit of a look at the trailer. I love the old school music. So there's 3 stances. You pick the stance. Obviously he's picked double attack on both of them. Now, I'm not going to play the whole thing because I've gone well over track, but it shows you the process of the game. Very basic at the start, but compared to a lot of games that are coming out, these guys are putting in some hard slog. It shows you how you go around the island, you collect items, and then you mint an NFT, go back and fight that same boss again. So it's a little bit of a giveaway, but I like the trailer they've come out with. I think that's good. That should be bullish for people on the where are we? Let's have a look while I'm thinking about it. Kaiju Cards. What's that done to the floor? 1.5. I think that's up because wasn't it like 1 last week? But I've got a common and an uncommon. I'll look at playing the game. Yeah. What have I missed? I talked about Bit Brawlers. Battle Royale, I didn't mention that. I haven't got them linked up. But Battle Royale have got a playable game. And I think they will be a big-ish player maybe on the FPS. So I talked about how their white paper is pretty detailed, pretty awesome. And I think that they'll do well. They've actually updated. They've got a new map. Their updates that are coming out on Discord are super detailed. But, yeah, I have gone over. As always, hope I've helped. Thank you, Mother, for the rabbits.